Yo, what is good, guys? It's your favorite condiment, Relish, you know what I'm saying, you know what the fuck going on. Today, I'm not really sure what I want to do. I know I want to work on my 808 kit that I'm going to be dropping later this month. So I'm probably going to be showing you guys how I make clean 808s, and then maybe I'll do one on like dirty 808s or like the filthy ones that I make, because I kind of changed it up from the first time I made an 808 video, which I think was the second video I ever uploaded on this channel. So yeah, I'm going to show you the process of how I make clean 808s and give you a couple techniques that maybe you can take away from and make your own 808s. So yeah, if you're new to the channel, just make sure to hit like and subscribe. Let's get into the video. Alright, so the first thing I want to say is that you don't necessarily need to know how to make your own 808s. This is kind of one of those niche things where you either are trying to make some kits or something along the lines of that, or you're trying to use 808s that people don't have. Because realistically speaking, a lot of the bigger producers end up using some Spins 808 or some variation of like a popular 808 that's already out there, or like the internet money 808s, because those are pretty popular too. But yeah, if you haven't seen my first 808 tutorial, I will link it somewhere up here for you guys to see. Basically, I used to use Serum, which is still actually a really good way to make 808s, but lately I've been switching it up and using the Ableton sampler because I find it pretty useful and there's different things that you can do. And yeah, it just kind of gives it a little bit more flexibility. So I'll kind of show you my thought process and how I go about using it. Alright, so the first thing that I did for a little bit of a preparation is I grabbed a whole bunch of different varieties of sine waves. And what I mean by that is just like not pure sine waves, like analog sine waves that have a little bit of harmonic difference. And I ended up grabbing them from different places. Like I ended up low passing a triangle and a saw wave. I ended up using the hip hop sub bass preset in Ableton. I used a couple analog presets from Serum and just like a whole bunch of different ways to get variety out of sine wave. And that way when I throw it into a sampler and I start processing it, it'll start bringing out the tonal characteristics of whatever that sine wave was. So it kind of gives a little bit of a different variety, and I don't know, it's just a little bit better than using just like pure sine waves, because you end up kind of getting similar results if you process it in the same way. So as you can hear, I have a whole bunch here. FM8, galbanum, hip hop sub bass, low pass, saw, so on and so forth. And as you can hear, there's just a little bit of difference between them all. And what I do is I bring it into the sub section. Oh, and just so you know, these are all in C. Like I exported them all as C. And basically what I do is I will start putting down a note. So if you can hear, like I guess I'll do F first. Actually, I'll choose like B. I guess B is a good one. And from here, I right click and I go to simpler to sampler. And this kind of gives it a little bit more customization. The first thing I do is I do the pitch envelope and I choose the amount, how many semitones I want it to go up or down. So maybe I'll do like 18 or 19 and I'll change the decay. Maybe I'll do it higher. Yeah, so as you can hear, there's a little bit of an attack at the beginning of it. And another thing I'll end up doing is I will also go to the, the filter global, and I'll lower the sustain and change the decay. And I'll mess with this S curve, or the D slope right here. And there we go, we have an 808. I usually do it from like, I don't know, like 900 milliseconds to like 2000, somewhere in that range. And yeah, from here is when I start processing it and changing it up. So my two favorite plugins for clean 808s is RBass and MaxBass, and they're both Waves plugins. It's a little bit different from using a saturator because it adds all this psychoacoustic harmonics and stuff like that. Just, I don't know, it just makes it sound really good. So I'm gonna use both of those right now. I'll throw RBass on it. And I'm gonna start going through the presets. I guess that one's good. And then I'm also gonna add the MaxBass as well. And usually I really don't like customize these unless I'm changing the intensity, because the presets seem to be good on their own. And yeah, just do presets again. There we go, so that one seems fine to me as well. And you can always process it more after that, like you can do subtle distortion, and you can also do multiband compression, which is a really good way to bring out the mid-range. And if you don't know what multiband compression is, it's basically just frequency-specific compression. And why I find that useful is because you can compress the mid-range and kind of bring out the harmonic content even more. So as you can see, I have the multiband compression right here, and I'm just going to turn it on. And this one, you can't really hear it in particular, but there are some 808s that it really brings out the mid-range to it. And yeah, let me also do something like Decapitator or something like that. so as you can hear, it's bringing up a little bit of the lower mid-range when I turn it on and off. And it just brings out different characteristics. And then I'll change the note, I'll change the pitch envelope, and I'll also change the note length. And it'll just bring out a whole bunch of different harmonics and give it a lot of variety out of just one patch. And you can do this with a whole bunch of different sine waves and get different results. And then on top of that, you can take these and you can process them even more and get those like really gritty ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an audio track and I'm going to resample this out. And it would be completely pointless if this didn't sound good in a track, so I guess I'm going to try and cook up right now and see what I can come up with. Woo! So for those who don't know, I have a second channel where I upload my beats that I sell. And yeah, I'm just going to be working on the artwork for that. So expect an upload sometime this week, whenever I get around to it.
But you know a lot about like music theory and shit, right? Like just from making beats.
Oh, music theory? Fuck no. I don't know anything about music theory.
Alright, I just finished this one, which is Smoke Perp, if you can't tell. And I got a couple other ones that I've done, which is Ronnie J and Uzi with his eyes closed. And then I also got Trippie Redd. He looks like a fucking like goblin or some shit. But yeah, I've just been stocking up on him lately, and I'm just gonna be putting it on my second channel for you guys later this week. I think I'm gonna call it a night. It's already dark out, and yeah, I don't have much else to talk about. So yeah, appreciate you guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.